Newsfeed Now. Coronavirus facts, not fear, begins now.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. 10:30 here Central Time, 11:30 on the East Coast. We appreciate you joining us here for Newsfeed Now. We are focused right now on the facts and figures that surround coronavirus. COVID-19 continues to make its way throughout our country. Let's take a look at the latest numbers. Here is our coronavirus national tracker map. Right now in the United States, 217,000 cases, more than 5,100 deaths. Again, New York State kind of is the big number right now. 86,000 cases in Louisiana, 6,400 cases. Illinois, also a large number at 6,900. California getting close to that 10,000 cases mark. A lot of those states have issued stay-at-home orders, but not all. Right now, 5 states have not issued stay-at-home orders. The rest have. New this morning, millions more Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week as businesses continue to lay off and furlough workers. 6.6 million workers filed for their first week of unemployment benefits. This was for the week ending March 28th, last week. It's a new historic high. A week earlier, 3.3 million Americans filed for their first week of benefits, which was the largest number ever at that time. Turning to Louisiana, it's now one of the hot spots. We were just talking about it. 6,400 cases, 270 deaths. President Trump announced FEMA will build 2 field hospitals, and now even more beds should be available to any struggling states, including Louisiana. This thanks to new federal rules which allow Medicare and Medicaid to pay for medical services outside of traditional hospitals and clinics. Here's Jesse Teneur.
Senator Bill Cassidy is watching his home state of Louisiana turn into a hotspot for the coronavirus pandemic.
About 3 weeks ago, we had 1 case in Louisiana, and now we have probably 4,500 cases. With a few hundred people dead.
As cases rise rapidly, hospitals are hitting maximum capacity. But new temporary rules from the Trump administration will help free up beds.
To use the resources that they already have in their community.
Coronavirus Task Force member Seema Verma says overwhelmed hospitals will be able to transfer patients not suffering from the virus to facilities like outpatient surgery centers. Cassidy, a physician himself, says the centers also have a key resource his state and others desperately need.
Some of these outpatient hospitals will have ventilators or anesthesia machines which can function as a ventilator.
But members of Congress say these temporary federal rules also highlight another issue, a shortage of ICU nurses.
We can build more ICU beds, but staffing them is a challenge.
Fellow Louisiana Senator John Kennedy says more states will have to look at loosening licensing requirements and asking former ICU nurses to come out of retirement. Arkansas Congressman French Hill says states may also shorten training programs.
We've talked about the new medical graduates that are not yet licensed, pressing them into service here this spring.
Changes like these expected to boost capacity and save lives as the country waits for the virus to peak.
Let's go live now to Washington, D.C. Jesse joins us. Jesse, this is still interesting to me as Congressman Hill there from Arkansas saying that they're going to ask, people who aren't quite certified yet to get in to help. I know these are trying times. Does everyone in Washington believe that that's the right decision? These people who maybe not ready for this, but they're needed for this.
Yeah, kind of the same feeling in Washington as well. It's kind of just all hands on deck. And so they feel like, they haven't necessarily broken down the training requirements or everything, since a lot of times too you may see things differently from state to state, but that's just an example, like Congressman Hill mentioned, of just different things that are different regulations potentially that are just being relaxed during this time. And so a lot of times these students have already had a lot of experience already in a hospital setting, in a clinical setting, and so people wouldn't have to be worried about them not being ready to take this on. It's just kind of checking off the boxes of what they're used to going through. We could see that sped up.
Yeah, Jesse, that's a pretty good point there, and something I will admit that I forgot. In our country, to get medical licenses, it's not just you go to school and then you get a license. There are other things that you have to go through. There's no doubt about that. What's the latest that we're hearing from President Trump? Is the expectation right now that we're still about 10 days to 2 weeks out from what is being called the peak of coronavirus?
That's what we are hearing from President Trump. But then when you it's just hard to put a date on it, I guess, but that is what he's saying right now. You're correct. I listened to Dr. Fauci on a New York Times podcast this morning, and he was saying that it's hard to even say that the virus would completely go away until we have a vaccine. And so everybody's still really kind of tiptoeing around a date, but I just kind of, I guess, defer to what we are hearing from the White House, and then that extension that we saw them come out with earlier this week to April 30th for all of those main mitigation I guess, calls where you social distance.
Jesse, I know that it's not necessarily business as usual in Washington, but business needs to continue to go. We talked about this earlier in the week. What can you tell us is going to happen this week there in Washington as lawmakers continue to do what they can to battle this, and also a look ahead to the possibility of stimulus checks being delivered to mailboxes or into bank accounts across this country?
Yeah, so those should be going out now that it is April. Those should be going out potentially within 2-3 weeks. And so people can start looking for that. There are discussions already being done in this, fourth stimulus package about putting more checks, another round of checks in there. It sounds like that's something that Democrats were pushing for, and they're pushing even for a higher amount. But that's just kind of where they settled right now, kind of on that typical $1,200 figure. What they're doing actually this week, and we're seeing that from McCarthy on the Republican side, Pelosi on the Democratic side, they've been holding these teleconferences with their members and with journalists. And so something that just came out from Pelosi's call was that the House is going to establish this committee that will essentially look at ways that people have potentially taken advantage of Americans during this time, waste during this time, to try to make sure that kind of everybody's doing what they should be doing and kind of learn from maybe mistakes moving forward.
Jesse Tenor out of Washington, D.C. Jesse, thanks so much. Facebook is rolling out something new called Community Help. It allows users to post requests or offers to do things like pick up groceries or donate to fundraisers. You'll be able to see posts within 50 miles of your home. Facebook developers noticed folks were already doing it, and they just wanted to make the process a little bit easier. The FBI issued a warning to people who use Zoom for video conferencing. Officials want you to be aware of Zoom bombing. That's when hackers take over a video conference on the app. The software company says the program has been updated to prevent it from sending data from iOS users to Facebook.
This has also come up in classrooms. There's been a couple of instances out east of it happening where a Boston school had a classroom of students together and students decided to share certain things they shouldn't have. And so it just brings up different situations, right? When you're in an actual physical classroom, you can deal with that from a discipline perspective. There's a process for that.
All right, let's bring in Casey Jones from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Casey, this is something that my kiddos started using last week. In fact, one of my kids was on a call after these new regulations from Zoom, on a call this morning. What else can be said? I mean, I guess it's one of those things, Casey, though, that we're in uncharted territory. We don't know what's going to pop up, when it's going to pop up, how it's going to pop up.
Aaron, I think there are so many parents out there that are in your boat. They have never used this Zoom video conferencing before. They've never had to. Now it's reality, especially here in the state of Michigan. Our governor just closed classes, in-person classes, for the remainder of the year. That's a 70-day extension. So they're moving to online classes where that's available, where internet and resources are permitted and accessible for students and teachers. So this is new water they're navigating. Teachers are finding out, I guess I do have to go into the settings, and there's some things that I can take into my own hands so that I can control some of the content, or at least mute some of the content that may be deemed inappropriate for the subject.
Well, you brought it up. That was my next question about schools being canceled in Michigan. Was this expected, or did this happen this morning as the governor saying for the rest of the school year, kiddos are going to have to stay at home? Was this something that was a surprise?
This didn't come as a big shock. The issue of COVID-19 here in the state of Michigan continues to mount exponentially day after day. We're near 10,000 cases, 337 deaths here in the state of Michigan. So this idea of social distancing is one that we're really taking to heart. The governor especially, she's made some drastic lines she's drawn here over the last few days. We had kind of received word that this was probably going to happen today. We talked to the governor about it yesterday and the day before, and she said she hadn't made up her mind. Because the issue here is there are so many kids, Aaron, that rely on in-person lectures from these teachers, that relationship that they're building in order to learn. And aside from that, two of our biggest districts here on the west side of the state don't have 1/3 of their population, student body, doesn't have access to internet or resources to learn online inside of their own homes. There's another district here where 1/4 of them don't have access to that. So those are things that the governor had to weigh while she was making this decision that she didn't take lightly. How do we do this?
Well, again, and that comes back to what we were talking about in Zoom. How do you now teach? Because what I know is my oldest now will not, we don't know it yet here in Arkansas, not sure if she'll be able to finish her kindergarten year. That breaks my heart. But more importantly than that, how will she continue to learn over the final 9 weeks of class? I think we maybe got 8-7 weeks left. What is Michigan going to do as far as getting those last few lessons, those vital lessons for the year in, so these students are not lacking?
Well, I think what we're finding here is just what a remarkable people we have in Michiganders. Creative, resourceful educators who their bottom line is the heart and spirit of these students so that they can grow those minds. And they're getting creative. We've had some teachers here who their biggest thing is to just make a home phone call. I want to talk to your kindergartner at home, Aaron, and I want to see how they're doing. Are you still reading? You know, what's the last book you read? What's the last math problem you worked on? It's finding new ways to create those relationships and grow that mind that you didn't have to before because you could do it in class, in person. Now, what's happening here in the state of Michigan with the governor's order is that schools, it's going to be more of a local basis. If you can, if you have the resources, give them to the students. Make sure they're learning. Make sure your teachers can connect through Zoom. If you can't, there are some things we can do maybe later in the fall. You can start the school year before Labor Day. You can start early. You can go later. These are all things, too, that'll probably change come
That's a good
fall
point.
because, we just don't know.
We are no doubt changing. Casey, thanks so much for taking the time out of Grand Rapids. One thing that I will tell you that my kindergarten teacher did, she hand-delivered to our home some things for learning for the next few weeks. So teachers, no doubt, I think are one of the superstars. You know, we've got medical personnel who are on the front lines. Teachers are kind of like that superstar. I could never be a teacher, and isolation and self-quarantine are showing me that right now. Another question that we have during the new time that we live in is, what is essential? It's likely a question that will rage on for quite some time. This week we talked to Michigan, we were talking to Casey about it, and the lottery. Is the lottery essential? Do you need to buy tickets? Some folks were upset. In the South, at least 2 states have had pastors arrested after holding church services. Is church services essential right now? Now it's on to Hobby Lobby. Do you really need that hobby? Colorado has ordered non-essential businesses to shut their doors, but that debate over Hobby Lobby, well, it's just beginning. Alex Rose has the story.
Non-essential businesses in Colorado are keeping their doors open despite the governor's orders.
On the Saturday previous, they told us we were essential. I asked my manager, how are we essential? He did not give me an answer.
Michael Fair quit his job at this Hobby Lobby in Lakewood Monday.
I no longer felt that this company was protecting its employees.
He held the job for 7 years.
I kind of did what I felt was right. I wouldn't advise anyone else to do what I did.
Colorado's Department of Public Health and Environment tells the Problem Solvers Hobby Lobby is non-essential.
I don't believe they're taking the time to properly analyze each state's legal definition of essential, and instead they're just saying they are, and that's causing a lot of problems.
We know Hobby Lobbies in Denver and Johnstown have been shut down by local counties.
We were still open in Lakewood, and we had people coming in from Denver to our store.
The Problem Solvers also obtained this memo from store operations suggesting examples for why they're essential, including selling educational supplies or materials to make PPE.
I just don't believe Hobby Lobby is dealing this in a humane way.
Fair no longer has to fear for his job, but the dozens of employees who reached out to the Problem Solvers feeling unsafe going to work were afraid that speaking out could cost them theirs.
Let's go live now to Colorado. Alex Rose joins us. Alex, have you had a chance to reach out to Hobby Lobby? What is that corporation saying?
Yeah, we continue to send requests over to back to us. We did obtain a memo, as we mentioned in that package, about some of the but no word yet from Hobby Lobby.
All right, Alex, if you can do me a favor, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. If you are on Wi-Fi, if you will switch off of Wi-Fi, that tends to help things out for us on this end. If you have that capability.
Yeah, no, let's get right off.
Okay, that's it. All right, so we'll ask one more question, see if it breaks up again. It comes down to this essential versus non-essential, and I'm sure there in Colorado, the folks who watch your television station, who follow your website, have concerns over other things that might or might not be essential or non-essential. What are folks saying, though, about Hobby Lobby specifically?
We've got a whole bunch of tips that came into our station here in Colorado specifically about Hobby Lobby. There are some folks that say, hey, this place is essential because I need to pick up educational supplies. There are other people, workers, who want to remain anonymous that say, I don't really feel comfortable coming into a box store location. Home order. Both sides.
All right, Alex, thank you for taking the time, man. Still a little bit of technical difficulty, so we'll cut you short, man, but I appreciate you taking the time out of Denver. Again, it comes down to a really weird gray area. I mean, what is essential? What is non-essential? Right now, we don't have a lot of things to do, and maybe you need a few hobbies to do. Could you do it online? You probably could, so maybe that's the line that you look at. I'm not sure. But Hobby Lobby, I'm sure that debate will continue for quite some time. For many across the country, spas and salons are also being hit hard. They're forced to shut their doors in Oklahoma. There's now scrutiny after reports of stylists working from inside their homes are making house calls. State officials are warning that it's not safe nor legal. Here's Cassandra Sweetman.
According to the Board of Cosmetology, working outside of an approved salon was already illegal.
We come in very close contact with people.
That's why the governor shut down salons and spas along with other non-essential businesses, expanding that order to all 77 Oklahoma counties Wednesday. But some hairstylists have been found to be working out of private homes. State Senator Carrie Hicks saying a stylist who came to her home for a standing appointment with her family is a longtime friend.
If you have that established relationship and that mutual respect for each other's safety, then I think that's a little different than potentially not knowing who is going to be in and out of that space during the day.
She says the stylist removed her shoes and wore a mask and gloves during the entire visit.
We have been in quarantine and we've been practicing the social distancing guidelines. And so we basically just made those modifications to our regularly scheduled appointments. And, I think it was a safe interaction for both parties.
News 4 also hearing reports of stylists opting to work out of their own homes.
That is illegal activity.
Sherry Llewellyn heads the State Board of Cosmetology and Barbering and says unless a home salon has been approved by the board, working from home and working in someone else's home were already illegal for the sake of public health. The current crisis bringing the rules into sharp focus.
You cannot cut hair from 6 feet away. You can't abide by the distance rule. And this is more about isolation. It's not about just closing your doors in one place and opening up in another.
News 4 asking the governor if changes to where they can work will be made during this time.
And I'll take that into consideration and release some guidance on that. But as long as you stay out of groups of 10 or more, we understand that there's things like that you're going to have to continue to figure out ways to do.
Cassandra now joins us live from Oklahoma City. Cassandra, this is very interesting to me, and I want you to clear up something from me. So we've got the woman who represents hairdressers, or the board, that says it's illegal. Was the governor implying that there are some things that you can do as long as you're not in groups of 10, so maybe the legality of it is in question?
He said that it's actually something he's going to talk to attorneys about today. So I'm not sure that he had at that time considered all of the aspects of this specific issue, but we have heard from a spokesperson that they are going to consider loosening up the licensure rules for hairstylists and barbers to see if they can work inside their homes or other homes just in this situation.
What would the penalty be facing from the hairstylist board if someone was found in violation of the rules and regulations that they work under?
Typically, they would face fines, and it depends on how many times they've been in violation and what the violation exactly was. So the fines start at $250 and go up from there, doubling and go into the thousands depending. And they could also risk losing their license or having their license suspended. But right now, because of the mandate, any violations are being turned over to county sheriffs to investigate whether they're violating the governor's rules.
How can they enforce that? If I mean, the woman who cuts my hair I've known for 30 years, it seems like, who's a friend, and I don't want to give people the wrong impression here, but if she came into my home as a friend, that's not necessarily illegal, right?
One of the things I asked the executive director of the Board of Cosmetology and Barbers is that, is it okay for a licensed professional to come in and cut hair for free just because of a friendship or something like that? And she said even that would be illegal.
Wow.
So in terms of how they would enforce that, I suppose they would need some sort of evidence, like witnesses talking about it or photographic evidence, something like that. But I'm not exactly sure. At this time, she said she had heard of violations and she was going to turn those over to county sheriffs, but she said that no one had been found in violation at this time.
I want to reiterate, though, Cassandra, that right now the Cosmetology Board there in Oklahoma does plan to turn over cases of hairdressers cutting hair in personal homes. They're turning that over to law enforcement.
That's right. And she said that, if people know of violations or see possible violations, they can tell the county sheriffs or they can tell her, send the information to her, and she'll turn it over to the proper authorities.
Cassandra, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time. That is some interesting stuff there and something to think about as this coronavirus pandemic continues. The sights and sounds are similar, but this was not your typical NASCAR race. We're talking about virtual racing. NASCAR, of course, postponing many races, but thanks to technology, some fans got to enjoy their favorite drivers on Sunday. Here's Robbie Baker to explain it.
The sights? Start your engine! And sounds are familiar. But this is not your typical NASCAR race.
Into turn 4 for the final time. Priest inches
away. Robbie, has been a fun diversion.
Thanks to NASCAR iRacing, NASCAR fans can still enjoy watching their favorite drivers on Sunday. And while the broadcasts may be new to television, virtual racing has actually been around for a while.
iRacing is already huge. I mean, the kid last year that won the iRacing championship picked up a check for $40,000.
Now, this isn't something that can be done by simply popping a disc into a gaming console. No, iRacing is a subscription-based web service, and some of the racing rigs can be quite elaborate.
Some of the guys that were racing yesterday were racing with a $100 steering wheel, and some of the guys that were racing yesterday had a $2,000 steering wheel. And then if you want to get really exotic, like Denny Hamlin, his whole system moves to simulate the movement in the racetrack.
Tommy tells me teams have been using this technology to allow drivers to take laps at tracks all over the country as extra practice. And while it's a good way to keep the racing community engaged during these tough times, he says it will never fully replace the real deal.
But if you've ever sat in a race car and you've ever gone 190 miles an hour with 40 of your closest friends beating and banging on each other, iRacing will be racing.
Together, and the winner is Hamlin.
Wow, what a...
All right, Robbie joins us from Mobile, Alabama. Robbie, Denny Hamlin won that race. Man, I was into that thing. I was watching that. That was pretty awesome. Have you gotten a steering wheel yet and started to self-isolate in front of NASCAR?
You know, I was intrigued when I watched it as well, and I feel like I need to invest in some of that equipment now. I don't think I could do the $10,000 rig or whatever that Denny Hamlin has, but no, I think a steering wheel and a pedal could be a good way to pass the time here.
But this isn't only for the drivers, right? I mean, obviously the drivers need to do something while we're all sitting at home, and they want to keep their sport alive by doing it. But this could be anybody that could get into the e-racing world and start racing.
Yeah, as you heard Tommy say there, I mean, you can get a steering wheel from, $100 or so all the way up to the crazy rigs that the guys have. But it's a subscription-based website. It's iRacing.com, and I believe they had a sale going on right now for the subscription, given that everybody is told to be staying at home right now. And you could subscribe for a month or a couple months or a year or whatever, and you can participate in races that you just want to time trial yourself or try to join one of these worldwide leagues. And it's incredibly interesting. I didn't know it really existed until the last few weeks, and now it's kind of one of the only quote-unquote live sports we can watch right now.
That's a really good point. It is the only sport that we can watch. What about, like, you can't just jump in and take on the Jimmy Johnsons and the Denny Hamlins and the Martin Truex of the world. You probably got to earn your way up to the big show.
Yeah, from my understanding is you can join leagues and stuff like that around the world, or different, cars, the Indy cars, you can race Indy cars on there as well. But yeah, from my understanding, you can't just hop on Sunday and join one of these broadcast races. Those are kind of protected races that are being done right now. But these guys do use it, and I wouldn't be put it past them to potentially down the road, set up some maybe charity things that you could race with them and things like that. None of this stuff has been announced or anything, or as far as I know, talked about. But I would see it potentially happening because the guys are still at home just like us. I was on a conference call with Bubba Wallace earlier this week as well, the NASCAR driver of the 43 car, and he said this is what he's been doing now. He's playing a lot of Call of Duty. He's doing a lot of iRacing because he's just hanging around his house town too, just like the rest of us.
Well, you just gave me the perfect excuse to tell my wife that I need to get a golf simulator at my house. So, Robbie, thank you so much. I'm blaming you. I had to get rid of my Xbox years ago, and maybe I won't get a new Xbox. Maybe I'll get a simulator. That sounds pretty cool.
There you go. I'm all in for the golf sim. I think we should both get one.
We'll do it together, then we'll go maybe play Sawgrass together.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, Robbie, thanks so much. Appreciate you taking the time. That is our show for Newsfeed Now. We got another one tomorrow, 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. We've also got another coronavirus update on this website coming your way 3 p.m. East Coast, 2 p.m. Central. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you back here on a Finally Friday.